two takeaways for non-IT folks from this whole OpenAI Hugging Face incident, which has played out in the last week. And I mean, the reason I'm doing this is there are so many like people from the security background, people from IT developers are kind of taking lessons from this. But I thought, people like non-IT people, I'm talking about horizontal business functions, there are quite a few lessons here. The first thing is that, broadly, there are two ways in which you can brief an agent. One is that you give it steps and say, okay, just go ahead and do these steps and don't do anything else. These are the 10 steps. And the other, which is going to get more and more popular, is goal based. Like, this is my goal, achieve it, come what may. So those of you who are in paid ads, Google ads, Facebook, LinkedIn ads, all of you are familiar with the goal-based bidding concept. And the same thing, if you apply it to an AI agent scenario, that's really what goal-based briefing is all about. You basically give goals to the agents, and the agents are supposed to achieve them, and you give them the tools. What has happened in this case is that proper guardrails were not set, and in fact, the agent went outside the environment of the OpenAI tech environment and did what. I'm not getting into that, but just imagine if this is happening in such a big company like OpenAI. What is going to happen in this scores of smaller companies? So the point here is, and by the way, looking at what is happening, I don't think these powerful models, like across the world, I can see that governments are going to put a foot down with respect to whom these very powerful, the best models are released, and there would be a staggered approach with respect to how these get rolled out to these and businesses in general. I mean, I can already see that happening. So yeah, coming back to what we were discussing, the issue was that of guardrails. So the point is that if you are briefing agents with a goal, there have to be guardrails in place. In the example of in marketing context, right? Some simple thing like competition analysis. While you may be talking broadly to an agent and asking it to do competition analysis, it will literally take it. It will take it literally, which is it will go to the competitors' IT environment, of course, the websites that is there, but it could try and get into other IT assets of the competitor, and which, of course, as a company, you're liable for the action of your agents. And all these are very new areas, but that is the way the law is going to proceed in such matters. So the first point, the big takeaway is that if you're using goal-based briefing, you have to be very careful, and with respect to the guardrails, and especially in areas which involved researching competition and such other areas where you will be going out into the ecosystem, right, as such. Right. And the second takeaway for me was that the AI models are now getting into that zone where they can act like very seasoned domain experts, right? So I remember, like, maybe a year back or 18 months back, the way we used to describe LLM is like, treat it as a intern who is sitting next to you and you're kind of detailing down the steps, what needs to happen. Now they have reached the capability where they can really do end-to-end tasks and behave like very good domain consultants. And in the marketing, in HR, finance scenario, there are a lot of such areas where you require good consultants, right, who can really pave the path and tell you what needs to be done. I mean, the simple thing that comes to our mind is deciding on the best markets. If you have to launch a product globally, which are the best markets, which are the best, like if you have an ICP, which are the best set of people to reach out to. So these are very real problems which involve very, like, you may have your own data sets, there'll be some data on the web, of course. So, collating all that, making sense of it, moving beyond data, moving beyond the assumptions given, just going out there and trying to find the best possible fit for these kind of problems. I mean, this is the promise now, right? Mm-hmm. And we no longer can take them as interns. So yeah, I mean, those are the two big takeaways for me from this whole incident. Thanks.